Oh, you have to leave and then come back. Hey, everybody, we're live. He left.
He left.
I just put in the chat too. Sorry, 3 minutes. All right. Well, let me introduce Dax, even though I don't really have to introduce him. Everyone should know him.
Hi, everyone. Here he comes.
All right. So Aaron's back. All right. So we have Dax, also known as Tesla Talks. Do you want to mention anyone? We'll do it right off the beginning.
Nope.
If people don't stick through the whole thing.
Nope. I don't want to mention anything.
He's modest. Check him out on YouTube. The Tesla Talks. Aaron, how's it going?
Good, good. How are you guys?
All right.
You can follow me here down. It's inverted, so it's hard to do that, but yeah.
You can do one of these things.
All right. So, not to steal his name or anything, Tesla Talk, CyberTalk. We talked it over. It's cool. Today is the second episode of CyberTalks, where I know. It's where I collect random pieces of information of the Cybertruck, piece it all together. So some of this stuff might be like really recent, some of it might be old from the last time I did this, but it's really hard to do it weekly because you don't get weekly content for Cybertruck info. So I try to collect a whole bunch of it and put it all together, basically, is what I do. So let's get right into it. The first one we're going to talk about, we did talk about on Dax's podcast this past week with Raj and Trevor. But I still want to cover it briefly for those who don't know about it. Missouri is offering a $1 billion incentive for the Cybertruck factory. So that's a pretty big incentive. I don't know if anyone's able to match that. Do you guys have any thoughts?
No, like I was saying on the podcast on Tuesday, that's huge. I can't imagine, but I'm sure I could be proven wrong by the end of the day, that anyone is going to be able to match that or exceed that. That's a lot of money. That's a pretty lucrative package and huge incentives. I mean, I know we were talking about it a few days ago that it still looks like it may be somewhere in Texas, but this is going to give Texas a good run for its money, I think. I mean, is Joplin the town, I take it? Joplin, Missouri? Cool.
Yes. Yeah, so kind of cool.
This is Aaron? Yeah, it's a good sign. I mean, it reminds me of the whole competition for Amazon to build their next, what do they call it, delivery center.
Oh, yeah.
I think New York was pushing really hard for that or something. So it's a good sign that if places around the U.S. are willing to bid in the billions of dollars for, an employer to come in, and that employer being Tesla, it's a great sign for Tesla.
Yeah, that's something we covered last couple of days ago, where Tesla originally had to fight to get these kind of contracts, and now people are fighting to get them.
Yeah.
You brought up a good point. Like Amazon, their headquarters, second headquarters.
Yes, headquarters. Sorry.
What is it, 100 different or no, more than 100, 1,000 different applications.
Oh yeah.
From cities that were interested, and you can see Tesla's headed in that direction, right? But that's a pretty interesting package.
That shows that the company has made it, so to speak, has come from a long way, and like you said, but it just goes to show where Tesla is today and how people are looking at Tesla and seeing their success and stuff like that, and all these small governments in these towns or municipalities are saying, yeah, you know what, that would be great for our citizens.
So I'm not going to cover it too much. We talked about it quite in depth. Make sure to check out the podcast with Dax, Trevor, Raj, myself, and Tesla Canuck. We went into more detail or gave more opinions, right? So
yeah.
All right. So up next, the last piece of news that we're going to talk about that kind of overlaps was the Plaid Cybertruck. So Elon did say this is what he will drive, and as long as it's for sale, as soon as the Cybertruck's released, this is what I will drive as well.
Franklin, you got to scroll down. There's this video. There, that's what I also wanted. I just wanted to see what it was. I just saw it top.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, sort of hijack here.
No,
you're good. This is awesome. This is live, so fun time.
I want to see them pull that off with the low center of gravity.
Just scroll through now. Here we go. I am blessed. All right.
Is that the Pope?
Demonetized. So Plaid Cybertruck. I know a lot of people were saying that it's the third, the tri-motor, but Elon did say it's different. Aaron, what do you think? Do you think it's the tri-motor that he's mixing it up, or do you think it's actually like a different model?
What did he say about it being different?
So someone commented. I couldn't find the tweet, but someone commented saying that, "Do you mean the tri-motor?" And he goes, "No, it's more to it than that." Something along those lines.
Maybe they'll do something fancy like they did with the like they will eventually do, I guess, with the Roadster, with the Founder series. Maybe there'll be some special feature that they haven't talked about yet.
Yeah,
add-ons. No, I think what it is people, and it's nobody's fault. Maybe even Elon's fault if you have to blame somebody. When he responds to people on Twitter, he's very cryptic, so to speak, and he doesn't really elaborate too much sometimes. So by him just saying that, some people thought maybe, he's not it's not just a tri-motor, it's more than, which only thing that could be more than a tri-motor is a quad motor, right? So maybe people read into it too much. But what I think he meant is exactly like what Aaron says. It's going to be a tri-motor. I can't see them putting another motor in there. I could be wrong, and some people are excited if they do. It'll have tank turns and stuff like that. But
one more, add 5 more. No.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, might as well make it a what's 8 octa?
Yeah, an octa motor Cybertruck.
It comes with tank treads.
And then somebody was saying something about dualies on the back and stuff like that for added towing capacity. It's like we can all imagine, till our heart's content. But I think realistically, he probably just means further technology within the tri-motors, maybe some tweaking of a powertrain or something like that, or just software improvements to boost it from the already 2.9 second acceleration that they're advertising.
Yeah. It's the speed that they're advertising is kind of insane
for a truck,
yeah,
or any vehicle that size.
For something that big. Yeah,
it's big.
And then I can't imagine how much quicker Plaid would be. That's the other thing. Like how fast do you think that will be? Like, what do you think the time difference would be for that?
Can't imagine. Yeah,
that's crazy, right?
Well, what's the S? The S is 2.4.
Yeah.
And then the Roadster is supposed to be 1.9 base.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Add like 5. Yeah, but 2.9 is already, I don't know, what is it going to go down to? Like 2.7? 2.5?
Yeah. And you know what? It's funny. Yeah, you're right. Realistically, maybe 2.5. For that 0.4 seconds, it may be an extra 20, 30 grand.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing. You'd be amazed how many people would pay for that.
I probably would, truthfully. Like, I mean, you already went for the tri-motor. Why would you not go all the way now, right? Like, you don't really need it, but it's a work truck during the week, and then it's your, like, racetrack car on the weekend.
Yeah.
It's so ludicrous.
Yeah, for beating Lamborghinis and McLarens. Wouldn't imagine that on a quarter-mile track to see that.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, moving on to something we never discussed. So, Giga Berlin will have the most advanced paint job and more layers of stunning color. So, will the Cybertruck have colors? You will be able to wrap it in any color or pattern. So, when he says this, do you think Tesla themselves is going to give you the option to wrap in color or pattern? Because, I mean, realistically, right now, you can wrap any car in any color or pattern, so it's kind of obvious. But
And I think that's what he means. I truly think he means go at it, like, do whatever you want. Like, you can wrap it anything you want. Like, I don't think Tesla is going to be getting into the business of aftermarket colors and wraps and PPFs and stuff like that. I think most people are just going to keep it the stainless steel because it's just so out there. But there are going to be some companies and stuff like that want to use it for advertising that's going to end up wrapping it. I think of it. It's a giant billboard.
Yeah,
very attractive billboard going down.
I think just the fact that it's such an odd shape, and then you can like smart summon that thing in a lot. People are going to be looking at it like already because it's oddly shaped, and then you have it smart summoning where, like right now, I smart summon my car, and some people notice there's no driver. They generally realize it when I get in the driver's seat, and then there's like that moment of, wait a second, did he just get in the driver's seat?
The jaw drop, yeah.
Yeah, but this thing's going to be like, people are going to be staring at it. They're going to realize it doesn't have a driver. It's just going to be like a really great piece of advertisement, like a moving billboard, like you said.
Yeah, I forget, Franklin. Does your front windows have tint?
No.
See, mine do, and the few times that I've done it in front of people, not to show off, but just for practical reasons, I haven't gotten when obviously before I got in, but while I was passing people, I never got the jaw dropping moments because people can't see inside my car. Not that it's too dark. It could be.
I'm in all the police. I think your tint's wrong.
I'm in the minority here, but like I don't like it. I don't like the tint on people's windows because I like the the hand wave or whatever when you pass another Tesla driver, and if you can't see the other person, it's like I don't know whether there's that connection there or not.
Chad is asking in the comments if I have my windshield tinted. No, I don't, Chad. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why you would ask me something like that, Chad.
Yeah, no, I think so. I actually had like a really good video idea before the pandemic, obviously.
Yeah.
To get more people to know that the car is able to do that kind of stuff. So I was gonna like put a big jump up sign on my windshield or something and be like, if you notice there's no driver, wave for like $5. And then I'd like if they'd wave, I'd walk up to them and give them their money, right? And I was actually gonna do this, and I was planning to see how many people would actually like notice, and if they didn't notice there's no driver, they'd at least notice the sign and then start waving at the car with no one in it, right?
You should do is put a currency dispenser in the car so that when they wave, you can remotely, push a bill out the window.
No, leave it up to Franklin to write some software to actually do that. Don't tempt him; he will.
Right?
But now, Franklin, you have to do it within the next 24 hours because someone or watching this is gonna steal your idea.
I had a totally different idea in terms of building something. I want to make the car actually remote controllable, like truly remote control, not like smart summon, but like with full control. So anyway, that's just a little teaser if I ever get around to it.
So you were playing with the app. Does it actually? So I'm assuming the car takes care of all the decisions about where it drives, right? The app doesn't do a whole lot other than say go to this point in space.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's not. So it'd be pretty difficult, I guess, from like an API standpoint to remotely control it.
Well, I had a different idea how to do it. So basically, you attach something to your wheel and something to your pedal, and then you allow through Bluetooth. I think it should be far enough. Connected to your phone, where you write a quick little app to control the things that push down, like a little motor that pushes down on your pedal, and a little motor that spins your wheel.
Okay. Well, they already have technology for that. You can.
What's up, Dex?
You guys are the technical experts. Is Bluetooth that responsive and that reliable to rely on that? That when you press that you want the brake to come on, that'll actually come on?
Go ahead, Aaron. You want to answer that?
Because I think I know the answer. I just want you guys to tell me.
Well, I've been surprised a couple times. I think both of you have seen it as well. Like if I was always under the assumption that the car has this like feedback system when you're using summon. Like if you have the feature disabled, you have to actually hold down the button to like dumb summon it somewhere.
Yeah.
I was under the impression there was like a feedback loop, and if you let your finger off, like if the phone stopped responding to the car, or you let like when you let your finger off, for instance, that it would, the car would stop. But I've had it quite a few times now where my phone's got really slow. Like I've let my finger off the button, but the car still goes for like 10 seconds in whatever direction it was going, which it's scary because it's like you have no control now. What do? You jump in front of the car to get it to stop.
So I think if you were to convert your car into like a big giant RC car, with the way I'm saying, obviously it'd be responsive. You want it to be like as responsive as possible, but I don't think I'd ever chance it where like right now I push smart summon to its absolute limits. I will let that thing go. If you guys didn't catch it, I did a video with Mark, and it came like within inches, but I didn't let go. Like I was pretty confident in what it was doing. But if I were to control, if I was me controlling it, where I wasn't allowing the car to rely on the movements, I'd be a lot more cautious. So I wouldn't like risk it as much, right?
I think was it Dax? You had an issue with Smart Summon, or somebody else?
With my curb.
Yeah.
That wasn't a real a connectivity issue, more so than a camera detection issue. But yeah, no, I scraped up the side of my rocker panel, I guess you could say, just because I was parked near a curb and it took the curb sharply and almost beached itself on it. But like I said, that's not what we're talking about in terms of connectivity. Like I'm reading the comments here, and a guy named Mark made a comment about the lag in Bluetooth just for unlocking your doors. So if we've got that issue, do you want to send a car down a parking lot and hope you don't have any lag issues?
I think the door Bluetooth issue is probably an iOS issue.
No. So Mark also commented that he has a Pixel 2 and his wife has a 3. It's interesting because I have a 3. Is it like a 3 XL or just like the 3? Because I experienced no connectivity lag to get into my car with the same phone. And I know Aaron has one as well and no problems, right?
I think I have a 3, yeah.
Yeah.
My 1 had some problems, but as soon as I upgraded, the 2 no, the 3 no. So
I found out with iOS too. From people in my Facebook group, the older the phone for iOS, there was more issues. Like my wife had an old SE, not the SE that got released yesterday, but the old SE, and until I upgraded her to the 10, she couldn't use her phone as a key card. She had to actually use the card. But since I upgraded it to her with her, and it's been fine.
He's saying it's a 3A, so that might be why. I don't know off the top of my head, honestly, I don't know the spec difference between the 3A and the 3, but I wouldn't be surprised to know Google did cheaper parts to lower cost.
Well, yeah, one has an A in it.
I think mine's a 3A as well. I'm not sure if you can tell from looking at it.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely an A.
Yeah, it is.
I have no idea. I'm kidding. Franklin knows I'm full of it.
So back on topic real quick, Aaron, you think Tesla will be wrapping Cybertrucks? Or do you think that was Elon just saying, you can go get it wrapped?
Oh yeah, we're talking about that, weren't we?
I thought that was a weird question because he mentioned that you'd be able anyway, Giga Berlin went, was he asking about the paint shop in Berlin is unrelated to the Cybertruck, right?
So he tweeted out about the Berlin,
but that's factory. Unrelated to the Cybertruck.
And then someone followed up with the question saying, "Hey, how about the Cybertruck? Can we get it in different colors?" And he's like, "Yeah, you can get it in any color and design and pattern."
Yeah, and originally, like I don't know if it's still true, but people didn't think that paint would be able to stick to the material, the stainless steel, right?
Yeah, I honestly don't think Tesla will be wrapping it. It's just weird the way he responded, right?
Well, that's
Well,
sorry, go ahead, Aaron.
I was gonna say for the right amount of money, they'll do anything, I guess, right?
Well, I don't think they'll be doing it anytime soon because of the amount of demand they have. So there's this website. It's called CyberTruck Owners Club.
That's a great name for a website.
Very original. I gotta give them credit. So they have a running spreadsheet with reservation numbers and stuff like that, and they go really in depth to figure out numbers. And if you can see it here, I'll zoom it all the way in.
Whoa.
638,000 since pre-ordering began on whatever the day was. As of April 14th is the.
So that's the total number in that spreadsheet, or did they like multiply it by something?
There's some sort of multiplication, so they know how many reservations there are based off the reservation number.
If we know the number is, so they're taking date and stuff and so on.
So basically, your order number is a sequential number starting about whatever this number is.
Is it sequential though?
Yep. So it starts at 112,000,
and it goes up by 1.
Unless you order more than 1.
Wait. How come I can't do math here? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 112 million is where the number starts at. Sorry, guys, I'll be okay. It starts at 112 million, and then it goes up from there. So you can figure out your place in queue based off of that. And because of that, you just have to get the last reservation number, and you can see how many total there are.
Yeah, and wasn't this website using its members to give them their reservation numbers to articulate what the number would be?
Correct. Yeah.
Guesstimate.
Yeah. So there's like a full in-depth spreadsheet, and I'll pull it up here in one sec. That basically goes through how they get that data. So you can actually see like the number of orders, whether they're ordered full self-driving, regions, messages.
I haven't seen a spreadsheet like this in 3 years, or almost 3 years.
So it's a pretty like in-depth spreadsheet that explains it all.
Is this the same website or same group that did the breakdown of where the orders came from, and Canada
Correct.
was number 2? Okay.
Yeah. So it's the same one. So they do a good job overall.
I think it'll definitely be mostly North American market, right? Because I don't think Europe has the the drive to buy such large vehicles, right?
Yeah.
Demand.
But here's where it gets interesting. So we have that number, and let me pull up this one here. So this website, not to be confused, is the Tesla Motors Club.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, nothing. I am confused, but go ahead.
Okay, so demand for Cybertruck is above what Tesla can do in 4 years. And this was at the end of the Q4 earning call. And the last official number we got was 250,000 in November. So it's been like a huge gap in terms of like actual real numbers, not going by that website. But you can see we don't comment on detailed numbers, except the demand is just far more than we can reasonably make in the space of, I don't know, 3 to 4 years or something like that.
I just love, and I use love shallow. I'm being sarcastic. I hate how Tesla or Elon does this. It's like, it's no problem for them for the first day or the first week to spit out numbers of how much pre-orders they're getting or how many reservations they're getting. And then they just go like silent. And then they come out and say, we don't share detailed numbers, or we don't comment. It's like, well, it's fine. It's fine for you when you do. And then when we really actually would like it, you don't. Right? Just a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah. Like, something to keep in mind, I'm not a huge fan of these numbers because it's only like $100 reservation fee. And I had like a beef with this since they started doing it.
Yeah.
I think the numbers are like skewed. I don't know how many are actually going to take delivery.
I wonder, like, if anyone's done any reasonable analysis of the Model 3 reservation situation and then conversion. Because I remember they had like over 500,000 reservations for the Model 3 as well, I think, and it seemed like there was, most of those were probably for this SR, right? The $35,000 model. So there wasn't as many people converting initially as we might have expected. But it wasn't really a problem because like Tesla couldn't keep up with the demand in manufacturing for a while anyways. But,
you're right. You're right, Aaron. It'd be very curious to know what the fulfillment numbers would actually be.
Because they opened up the Model 3 to general ordering way before they exhausted the reservation numbers. So,
do you think that's because they didn't want to ship them overseas? I mean, regulations and stuff, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure that had a lot to do with it. I'm sure that had a significant reason why they did that. But like you're saying, Franklin, I mean, what was the number? 684?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've heard on some sites that, it could be, the fulfillment for this truck could be as low as 20%. And that's probably worst case scenario. But even if it's 20% of almost 700, that's still a lot of trucks that I could see them taking 4 years to fulfill or to produce.
Well, there's another another source of demand here, which you haven't seen for the Model 3 and the Model Y or the Model S or the Model X even, and that's the commercial orders, right? So, like the trucking industry, a huge amount of that is commercial orders, if not majority of it, right?
Oh,
and the Cybertruck, from a price point and from a utility standpoint for businesses, is going to be, extremely valuable.
No, definitely, and I think the number's going to grow exponentially as soon as it starts getting out in public.
Yeah,
like the reason trucks are probably the biggest seller in North America of any vehicle is, commercial.
I'll tell you, my biggest complaint will be now is if I have to wait multiple years to get mine, especially knowing how low my reservation number is.
But like I warned you already, Franklin, and I've warned a few other people, don't depend on that reservation number being as low as it is as being your spot in line, because we saw it with the 3, and I don't know about the the S and the X, but we saw it with the 3 and we saw with the Y that Tesla has a bad habit of not honoring that number. Like you could put in an order a month before while people were waiting 2 years, and hey, Tesla will call you up and say, "Hey, you want your car? We've got one."
Yeah. So Anthony has joined us. Sorry, I don't want to leave
Anthony's
you there
upside
waiting.
down though,
Yeah, Anthony's doing exercises. It looks like.
walking on
Are
the
you guys-
ceiling.
Are you actually live streaming this, or is it just like 4 people talking?
Oh, it's all on live stream.
This is live. Careful where you walk around your house, buddy. This is live.
We got 12 people watching right now, Anthony. So
Yeah,
this was my
just,
solution, Dex.
Oh, yeah, you joked about that on Tuesday. Yeah. You keep joking about it, but every day I'm taking it more and more serious.
Why would anyone do that?
My iPad.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mute him.
wait. The majority of your
Hey, Sam.
Also, what do you guys think about Jabo posted on LinkedIn for Tesla-owned gaming platform for cars? I think that's going to be a big thing. We'll cover that towards the end. Let's keep on with the Cybertruck stuff, and I will get back to it. Okay.
can't hear you, Anthony.
I'm trying to find my iPad.
Okay. So there's this. So this is the Hot Wheels Cybertruck. This is actually to scale, so you can actually see all the differences between the different versions.
Okay.
So the big one's obviously the big one, and then you have 1 to 10, and then 1 to 64.
Okay, what's the one behind the back wheel? That's just nothing?
Yeah, nothing.
Okay.
It's
Marketing
like,
versus reality.
yeah. So I just thought this was kind of a cool photo to actually show you the differences between the size. Other than that, that doesn't really serve a purpose.
No,
Are these scale models you can buy?
These are the Hot Wheels models that were limited.
Okay.
Did you guys purchase any? I know Dax, can you say this?
yeah, she's not around. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah. I purchased one, yes. I reserved one.
I reserved 2 little ones, but that was about it.
Aaron?
No, I got nothing.
Sorry, Aaron, I got you covered. You want a little one? Or-
He's got the up for all of us.
I have like 40 small ones coming and
What?
3 or 4 big ones.
Can I get a big one off you there, Franklin?
I don't know if I'll be selling any of the big ones. The small ones I will like give you for cost. But
Yeah, see, there's where you find out who your friends are.
Well, don't worry. He's going to lose a lot of friends knowing some people knowing that he's hoarded 40 of them when they couldn't get even
no.
12.
Hear me out. The big ones I want to keep for myself because what if I want to have CyberTruck RC Racing, right? So those ones I'll keep. I plan to actually give out these small ones over time, like I've done for giveaways.
Like homeless
Yes.
shelters and stuff like that, and respites.
No,
Nice. Just don't touch him with your feet.
like if you notice, I've been doing. Oh my god,
We're not going there, Anthony.
We're live streaming here, Anthony. He's like, oh yeah. So, if you notice, I have a large number of the Hot Wheels. Let's see if I have one handy. Yeah, here. I have a large number of these, and my whole reasoning is to give them away over time. So, like, I don't want to make any money off of them. It's kind of pointless. I actually want them to go to people that actually want them, not people who are trying to make quick money off of it.
Yeah.
Because I find it kind of annoying.
So how much are you selling them for, Franklin?
What's that?
I was trying to make a joke.
The Hot Wheels cost me money, so I just gave away 6 of them on Twitter last week, and I'm going to pay for shipping and everything. So I paid $1 for each one, which is not a lot, but then you factor in shipping across different countries and stuff like that, and packaging and everything, and it adds up quickly, right?
You're a philanthropist.
But it's mainly because like there's a Tesla accessory shop out there right now that has them listed on their shop for like $5 US each one.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Like that's not what I want to see. So
What can you do?
Well,
anyway,
if I bought one off you, I'd actually like keep it, but
no, I know you would. And
I'm not a resale kind of guy.
No, exactly. That's my biggest thing.
Well,
right?
was it you? Franklin, that said that if you don't open like the big one, the RC one, like if you don't open it, it could be worth some decent money. Like
Yeah, so the one big one was 420 US. And I remember that number off the top of my head now thinking about it. Because no, sorry, it's 400 US. Because you bought one big one and one small one, it totaled up to 420. That's right. So one big one sold for 3,000 on eBay.
Did it sell? It sold,
Yeah,
eh?
Sold,
Wow.
yeah.
Jesus.
So I was thinking about it. I'm like, I can just sell one big one for some profit, and that will cover all the giveaways of 40 little ones for people.
Yeah.
So like, only one sucker has to cover the costs of.
You should be talking about your future clients like this.
I thought we were live.
You just have to invite him on one of your shows. It'll make it all good.
So anyway, continuing on, let's look at this one. I thought this was really cool. Someone actually made this,
That is cool.
which is really, really impressive.
Is this the one that was submitted to Lego?
So I found this before the submission. So this is a different one.
Okay.
And this one generated like a fair amount of stuff, tweets and retweets. Like,
Oh, I love the memes.
this is live, guys. Live. We should do this more often. We should just search like Tesla and just look at tweets.
Yes.
But yeah, I thought this was really cool. There was one that was submitted. You know more about it, Dax? Or
All I know is that they had to get enough, if I remember correctly, they had to get enough submissions in to Lego, or not any submissions. There was one submission you had to get enough backing in to Lego for Lego to move it to the next step to make it more serious, to say that it may be something that they may consider as full production. And I haven't heard about anything since that it actually passed that first step.
okay, I found it. It's Lego ideas.
Okay.
So you can submit any idea you want, and this is the one that was submitted. And it generated, I don't know, 10,000 support.
So it achieves the support number, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, what does the front look like? We haven't seen that yet.
it's right here.
Is that what the real one looks like?
Exactly. Well, the good thing, getting back to the die casts and the RCs, if they are anything like the ones that Tesla sells in their store, we should get a good idea of what these compartments look like if they're a good year before, right?
Okay, I'm gonna just throw it out there. I don't think a $20 RC will be equivalent to a $360 die cast.
Okay, how about the RC one then?
No, like think about it. You're adding in extra parts like motors and Bluetooth and controllers and stuff, which is going to bring down like their production costs to match every single feature.
Are you crushing my dreams?
Yeah, kind of. You have to buy the.
That's
You
kind of
have
what
to buy the die cast.
The die cast.
He's basically the dream crusher. So
No, but buy the die cast, Dad. I can show you where you can get them all.
are we still talking about the Hot Wheels, or are we talking about something else now?
Lego. All right, we're going to talk about something else, Anthony. Just for you.
Is there a die cast? No, you're talking about a die cast, right?
Yeah.
Eventually
Anthony,
there will be, won't there?
yeah, there will be.
Yeah,
there will be a Model
Tesla.
Y and a Cybertruck.
Yeah.
So Anthony has a pool in his backyard. Dax, do you have one as well?
Yeah, we share. I told you we live close to each other.
Here, let me show you my pool.
Okay, so he's going to show us his pool. In the meantime, I'm going to show you my future. Oh, look at that. That's
Is it full of
really nice.
snow? Wow, it's a hurricane out there.
Well, we lost all our subscribers.
11 watching, 0 watching. So,
As you can see, we're right in there.
as cool as that is, Anthony, check out my pool in 2 years. Hear me out.
Oh my lord!
There you go.
I hope the cover, the charging port for the RV or the ATV is watertight.
Yeah, so true, eh?
No, Franklin's got the big bucks. He can just buy one just for that.
Who did this, Franklin?
So this was actually shared on Twitter by, you can see her name here, Jessica. I'm not gonna McMahon
In question.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really cool. I'm shocked it only generated 101 retweets and 1.2 thousand likes. Like, you think it'd be more? Also disappointed Elon didn't like comment and be like, "Yes, we will do this."
You know what, buddy? Looking at this, and thank you, Jessica, and thank you, Franklin. You just given me an awesome idea. If anyone knows and is following my stuff, my wife hates the Cybertruck and doesn't want me to get it, and is actively every day. I do bring up the name Cybertruck for the sentence. She goes after me with knives and everything. But with that said, in the past, oh, that's a butter knife. Can't do anything. Then there's even a kid's knife too. But anyway, for the past 3 or 4 weeks since this pandemic is going on, and I'm sorry if I'm not allowed to say that word, Franklin, on your show.
No, I did already.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
She's been bugging me. She's like, you know what we need during this time of isolation? She's saying we need a hot tub. And she's been bugging me for a hot tub. Like, we've always wanted one, but couldn't afford one. But now she wants to get one. So this may be the answer, buddy.
You just gotta send her a link.
My neighbor has a hot tub. I give you his address.
Is this your BMW neighbor?
No. It's actually the neighbor whose wife doesn't like EVs.
Oh, yeah. What's the address? No, give me the address.
I'll text it to you. Just show up in his backyard with your towel and your Speedo there and go, like, where the hot tub at?
Who needs a Speedo?
What does he say when he asks, like, who sent me here? Does he say Anthony?
Just say some guy on Twitter.
Some guy named Tessa Milton. I don't know who he is. He was tweeting out your address. I don't know what to say.
Hey, Franklin,
Yeah.
can you bring that tweet back up?
Yeah. One sec.
I got a question. Because Dax, you've seen it in person, right? The Cybertruck?
Yes. Martin doesn't like it. He's saying Dax's wife has good taste. Go ahead. Sorry, Aaron.
So the back. So see the humans in the back there? Are they to scale? Like, is that actually how big that?
No. You know what? I never thought about it until you just said it. But
I'm like, that looks huge.
They're definitely not to scale.
Is that Mark? That looks like Mark. I think it's Mark.
It is Mark. Oh, that is so Mark.
But hold on a second. That's not Margarita. I don't know what's happening here.
No, well, I wasn't going to go there because you're going to get Mark in a lot of trouble.
What if he's still watching? If he is, like, sorry, Mark.
We just outed you. Here, Franklin, I'm going to send you something.
Yep.
And you can put that up and show us scale if you want.
Okay.
Can
I go on to
I will sit down shortly.
Next topic in the meantime, or do you want me to?
No. Go ahead, buddy.
Okay. So there's this one. This was shared a while back. You can see this is fake, by the way. It's not real. But if we zoom in on his feet,
What part's fake? Just the shoes? Or the whole picture?
I don't know. I know the shoes are fake-ish. I'll get to it. But yeah, they have the Nike symbol, as you can see.
Interesting.
Yeah, and would you guys wear these?
Hell no.
Reminds me
wait.
of...
How much height does it give you? That's what I want to know before I answer that question.
Yeah, I don't have that problem.
Someone actually created these with a 3D printer, which is fascinating. So it's on my list of like things to try eventually, just to like 3D print. I mean, it cost me like less than $10.
Yeah, you should do it. I think that's... Yeah, I think that's a good
And then
idea.
I'll be the jerk that shows up to the Tesla meets wearing the...
Yeah, I just assumed everything in that picture was real because, like rich people at award shows and, all that.
They remind me of some boots, I think, from Back to the Future.
Oh, it's Elon's shoes. Okay.
Yeah, you've seen these, right, Dex?
For real? No, I haven't. This is obviously a joke.
What do you mean? You wouldn't wear these?
No, I mean the whole picture with his pants saying Tesla on it.
Well, he's a rich guy at an award show, so don't assume it's not real.
I know he has worn some weird stuff before, but I don't know.
How about the jacket? Would you guys buy that?
Not in that color.
Not in that color.
If it's fake, it's a good fake.
On the Tesla store, that'd be what, like
400,
500?
Yeah, easily 4.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
If it's the one worn by Elon, like 100,000.
No, he'd have to auction that off for charity.
Okay. Who's the stunner on the right?
That's Grimes. Oh, you mean the other?
You mean this one?
Where have you been, Tex?
So anyway,
He has to take the place Starbuck on Battlestar Galactica.
Okay, this is going well off topic here. So let's move on. How about this one? This is
female watchers.
so this is the again Cybertruck Owners Club. Joe Guy 07
That's cool.
made this.
What does the front of that look like? 'Cause-
Yeah, I can just
okay, that looks much more aerodynamic. The second one.
Yeah.
The other one looks like a weapon.
It looks like it detaches.
Yeah.
It's supposed to keep your security robot.
Actually, you know what it looks like? I'm gonna sound like a geek here, a Trekkie geek, but it looks like one of those shuttles in Star Trek.
Oh yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
You're
Just need Wesley Crusher to launch that bad boy, and we're all set.
Yes.
you're a camper, Dax. Like you do camping.
Yeah.
You're a camper. Is this something that you would be interested in?
Oh yeah. Well, you can see. I mean, I'm also short too, so you can see from probably where the floor of the bed starts, probably just between the upper wheel well and the upper part of the back wheel. There is probably where it starts, and it goes all the way up top. So you could possibly stand up in that thing. So yeah, no, that would be cool.
Yeah.
You could stand up in that.
I started out by saying that. You could show that picture that I sent you there, Franklin. Actually just to get a comparison.
Okay. I'll pull it up. Just give me one sec. I wasn't really prepared to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, I know you do the whole browser tab switching thing, which is a lot easier than what I do. I should do what you do.
Well, not only that, like you texted it to me, and this computer I don't generally have ready to go.
You don't have that app on there? Sorry. I thought
Yeah, well, I don't use this computer for that sort of stuff. So 2 seconds.
You use that computer for?
That's his computer.
I don't understand what you're saying. You'll have to elaborate.
Oh my god.
No, Mark in the comments below is saying the truck is already super heavy, and yeah, that'll obviously add weight to it. Any of these camper modes, these attachments, these things you put on it are going to obviously add more weight to it. And
Kill your range.
Kill your range. You can make it as aerodynamic as you want, but it's still going to be added weight to the vehicle, so it's going to do a number on the range. Martin really doesn't like this truck, eh? He's still saying it's ugly.
I'm gonna switch to my PC in a second. So
2 seconds. I have his photo. All right. No, so basically I use this computer mostly for editing and live streaming.
Whoa, that took you a while to come up with that answer.
No, I was trying to do something.
This is his air-gapped computer.
So there is the photo that Dax had me send.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Maybe it would work. Like maybe it is to scale if it was used as a hot tub with Dax.
Well, if someone is as small as me, I'm not a big person. Someone that hasn't seen me in person, I'm 5'3". So keep in mind there are pictures of Elon beside that his head is way over the. So.
Yeah. So I mean that's all the topics I had to cover for episode 2. Like I said, I'll do more of these as we get information. I kind of like bulk up, save everything I can, and then when I have enough that I feel like, hey, we can do something decent with it, I'll do one, right? So sorry if there's like older stuff in there. Martin, I agree. A lot of people won't like the look. It's very subjective, right? I think it's like a hate or love situation.
But with that said, you know what I find a lot of people are doing? A lot of people, just like Martin says, yeah, it's hideous looking, but the specs are awesome. And a lot of people are going with the specs over looks. And that's something, I mean, I've learned to like the looks, and it only took me a couple days. But for some people, you just buy the truck for the specifications and the functionality of it, and you don't care about the looks.
Yeah. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
That's right.
Very true. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. If you guys have more Cybertruck stuff you want me to cover on episode 3, whenever that happens, no set time on it, let me know. Just leave a comment below, and I will get it included whenever I can do episode 3. It'll happen sooner if Elon starts tweeting more information about it. I think that's like the best way to get information of it. But before we end this, we'll start with Anthony, because he kind of joined midway through. Anthony, is there anything you want to shout out? Where do people find you?
I'm Anthony. I'm Tessa Milton on Twitter, as you can see below my head there. And I also have a YouTube channel that sometimes gets videos posted to it. So search for Tessa Milton on YouTube, or just take a look at my Twitter profile, and you can probably find it from there as well. But yeah, thanks for inviting me. I was sorry to come late. I was out walking the dog.
Yeah, no worries.
Since it's actually sunny for once. Man, it's cold out there.
You gotta get out when you can, especially nowadays.
It's sunny, but it's 3 degrees.
Yeah, well,
that's not
warm.
warm.
Like 2 years ago, we had a snowstorm, so
What's
think of the positive side.
What's that, Franklin?
That's t-shirt weather.
Oh,
You
You
can't.
think I'm joking? Like,
no, I've seen you. I've seen you at meetups. I know you've got thick skin.
all right, Aaron. You want to shout out anyone before you go? Who did
Myself.
before? Perfect.
Yeah, so follow here. I'm not that active these days, but follow there. If you guys want to watch something hilarious and cringeworthy at the same time, go to YouTube and search Justin Trudeau sings Speaking Moistly.
Dax just shaking his head now.
Do it.
All right, Dax.
I'm shaking my head because I've seen it.
Dax, how about yourself? Go ahead. Don't say no. Do it.
No, I'll shout somebody out. I'll shout out a buddy of mine named Mark. He's got a YouTube channel called the Backseat Baller, Tesla Backseat Baller. And even though the content has been, for all of us, except for Franklin, of course, has been scarce lately, like Anthony was saying, he's got some interesting, if you're into vegetarian or vegan recipes or menus, he's got a couple cool videos that he put out for like cooking videos. So you go check those out if you can.
Yeah.
I'm
just seeing if he does takeout now.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I want to try it, but I want him to give me a sample first.
Honestly, I'm not a vegetarian.
No,
like farthest from it possible. But watching his videos, it's like, man, that looks really good.
It does.
Yeah. His videos are so well done.
Yeah, and it's not because we're friends of his or anything. They're actually interesting.
So you said it. Off air, Mark, Dax, like I'll tell Mark straight out, like, Mark, you gotta fix this part in your video. Like I'm not shy to give him feedback, right?
Yeah.
His cooking ones were like really well done. He's like, you're just saying that. I'm like, no, they're good.
No, yeah, okay, how he's got the one above the stove?
Yeah, it shoots down. Yeah.
That's
It's
professional.
He has a professional cooking channel.
Yeah, Eric knows we're honest about our food reviews.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll let the cat out of the bag. Anthony, Aaron, and I have a chat. We call it the Food Critics chat.
The food critics are us.
Food critics are us, yeah. So, like, I have like 2,500 photos of food posted to Google Maps. That's been viewed over 55 million times. So,
why am I not surprised?
Yeah, I'm a foodie to the extreme. So like I'm watching Mark's stuff, and truthfully, it's really, really well done. Just all the angles and stuff we're totally off topic. All the angles and stuff he does are amazing. So shout out to Mark. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think you had to say that after we threw him in the hot tub.
It wasn't me. It was Aaron had said the hot tub thing.
Oh, that was me.
No, but I didn't. That was
It was Anthony.
It looks like Mark, I'm just saying.
I disagreed because it actually did when you zoomed in.
All right. And then I will shout out Dax because he doesn't do it for himself ever. And the day you do it, I'm going to record it and just going to have that on repeat. So like when I'm going to pull up every time you ask me,
You gotta wait
check
for
him
that
out.
day.
Check him out.
I should do a shout out to Samantha.
You should, yeah. Well, go ahead. So hold on, let me do Dax real quick. Check him out. Tesla Talks on YouTube, or Dax M on YouTube. Tesla Talks on Twitter. He has a Facebook group. Extremely active in the community. He's very modest, but he does an amazing job. Yeah.
Thank you, you liar.
Yeah, I'll do a shout out for my daughter Samantha. She's got her own YouTube channel called Confetti Cutie. Except instead of C's, it's a K. And so if you search for that, you might find it. And she does videos about her dog and stuff. Anyway.
All right.
Roblox.
And Roblox, yeah, she's my number one kid. So
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Look forward to episode 3. Love the Cybertruck. I'm very obsessed with it, so definitely look forward to another one when we have more information or fan-created content. So thanks to my friends here for helping me out today, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, everyone.